The man who refused to stay silent. September 1944. The war in Western Europe appears to be entering its final act. Paris has been liberated. German forces are retreating. Allied newspapers speak openly of victory before Christmas. To many, the collapse of Nazi Germany feels inevitable. But beneath the optimism, the foundations of one of the most ambitious Allied plans are already cracking. And one man sees it. His name is Stanisław Sosabowski. He is not British. He is not American. And that, in 1944, makes all the difference. A general without a country, Sosabowski is a professional soldier in the purest sense of the word. A veteran of the Polish army, he fought against Germany in 1939 and escaped capture after Poland's defeat. While his homeland was crushed between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, Sosabowski continued the fight in exile, determined that Poland would not disappear from history without resistance. By 1944, he commands the first Independent Polish Parachute Brigade, a highly trained airborne force created for one purpose: to liberate Poland when the moment comes. But that moment never arrives. Instead, his brigade is placed under British command. And Sosabowski quickly realizes something unsettling. This is not an army that welcomes dissent. Operation Market Garden is born in early September 1944. Field Marshal Montgomery presents a bold plan. Operation Market Garden. Its goal is nothing less than spectacular. Seize a chain of bridges in the Netherlands, cross the Rhine, outflank Germany's defenses, and end the war in a single decisive blow. Airborne troops will capture the bridges. Ground forces will race north to relieve them. It is ambitious. It is risky. And it is politically irresistible. Supreme Allied Commander Dwight D. Eisenhower approves it, despite concerns. The pressure to finish the war quickly and cleanly is immense. But Sosabowski is not convinced. The warning no one wanted to hear, when Sosabowski studies the plan, alarms begin to ring in his mind. Loudly, the drop zones for airborne troops are located more than 11 kilometers from the Arnhem Bridge, a fatal distance for lightly armed paratroopers. Aircraft shortages mean landings will be spread over 3 days, destroying the element of surprise. Intelligence reports claim German resistance in the area is weak. Sosabowski does not believe it. He has spent years studying German tactics. He knows retreat does not mean collapse. And he says so, openly. In briefings and meetings, he challenges the plan. He questions the assumptions. He warns that German armored units may still be present. He states, bluntly, that the operation risks disaster. At one point, he reportedly calls the plan suicidal. The room goes cold. British officers exchange looks. This is not how things are done. An inconvenient ally. Sosabowski's honesty makes him dangerous. Montgomery is not a man who tolerates contradiction, especially not from a foreign general commanding an exiled army. To British leadership, Sosabowski is becoming a problem. He is pessimistic. He is stubborn. He refuses to adjust his conclusions to match the plan. Worst of all, he might be right. Instead of addressing his concerns, British commanders begin to marginalize him. His warnings are noted, then quietly ignored. Market Garden will go ahead, and Sosabowski will be expected to obey. Into the storm on September 17, 1944, Operation Market Garden begins. At first, it looks promising. Thousands of paratroopers descend over the Netherlands. But cracks appear immediately. British airborne forces at Arnhem encounter unexpectedly strong German resistance, including SS armored units that intelligence had dismissed. Relief columns are delayed. Communications fail. The timetable collapses. And Sosabowski's brigade, they are delayed by bad weather and aircraft shortages, exactly as he predicted. When they finally jump, they are dropped near Driel under heavy enemy fire. Not at the bridge. Not near the British troops who desperately need help, but miles away, separated by the wide, fast-flowing Rhine River. A river of blood. The situation is desperate. British paratroopers at Arnhem are surrounded, running out of ammunition, food, and medical supplies. Sosabowski is ordered to get his men across the Rhine. There are no proper landing craft, only fragile rubber boats. Under machine gun fire, Polish paratroopers push off into the river as bullets tear through the water around them. Boats are shredded. Men are killed mid-crossing. Others drown under the weight of their equipment. The Rhine turns red. Despite the chaos, Sosabowski's men keep trying. Again and again, And again, they do not break. They do not flee. They fight exactly as trained. But it is not enough. The failure becomes inevitable by late September. The truth can no longer be denied. Market Garden has failed. The British 1st Airborne Division at Arnhem is virtually destroyed. Thousands are dead, wounded, or captured. The Rhine remains uncrossed. And the war will continue. Someone must be blamed. And Sosabowski already knows who it will not be. A dangerous truth. In the aftermath, Sosabowski does something unforgivable. He does not lie. In his reports, he states plainly that the plan was flawed from the beginning, that intelligence was wrong, that the drop zones were too far, that warnings were ignored. He does not attack individuals. He attacks assumptions. And in doing so, he challenges reputations. Montgomery's reputation, British command prestige, the myth of infallible Allied leadership. That makes Sosabowski expendable. The price of being right behind closed doors, letters are written. Narratives are shaped. Montgomery and General Browning quietly shift responsibility. The Polish brigade, they claim, lacked aggression. Its commander was negative, uncooperative, difficult. It is a lie, but it is a useful one. In December 1944, Stanisław Sosabowski is relieved of his command, not for failure, but for having been right. End of Chapter 1. Sosabowski's military career is effectively over. But his punishment has only begun, because when the war ends, the general who warned of disaster will discover that peace can be even more cruel than war.